Hello everyone. Hope you're having a great weekend and enjoying family and friends. We had a good weekend. Actually kept my eating under control, so that was good. I'm just getting my other device ready here. When you hop on, tell me hello and tell me where you're watching from. Hello, Nancy. How are you? You had a wonderful weekend. I know you did. You had your girls with you. Hi, Sue. So good to see you. Yeah, we had a good time. We had it was just Nikki and Randy and I for Thanksgiving. Courtney was down in Kentucky with Megan, and she got home yesterday. It was crazy. Yes, Sue's watching from Virginia. Is it warm there? Because we're getting a lot of snow. So, hello, Nancy Jones. How are you? Hope you had a good weekend. Hope everyone's staying warm. So I wanted to first remind you of the special that I have going on till Tuesday, which is November 30th. When you place an order, you're going to get freebies from me. So if you place a $35 order, you'll get 5 free homemade cards. If you order a $50 order, you'll get a free embellishment. If you have a free $75, or if you have place a $75 order, you'll get 20 pieces of 6x6 designer series paper free. And if you purchase the starter kit, which is right now currently only $75 through Tuesday, you will get all 3 of those freebies. So it's quite a deal if you're interested in that. The starter kit is $75 right now, normally $99, free shipping, free paper pumpkin kit with your starter kit, and it's $125 worth of product that you choose from the current catalogs. So hopefully that will spike your interest, and if you're in need of some supplies, this is a good time to do it. Hello, Tammy. Good to see you. Are you a first-time watcher? If you're a first-time watcher, please let me know and where you're from. I'd love to hear from you. So tonight I'm going to do a technique that's called, well, actually I'm doing 2 techniques. One is dry embossing or heat embossing, and the other is whitewashing. I just learned that today, and I loved the outcome that you get from it, the results. It's beautiful. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to point you to my work surface, and I'm going to try to line you up good. Yep. Okay. So what I'm going to use is actually some new product that's coming out in January. I wasn't going to do that till it got closer to the new mini catalog, but this card is so beautiful, I couldn't resist. So I'm using the Blessings of Home stamp set, and this is new in the new mini catalog that starts January, I believe January 3rd. And then I'm also using the Hello There from the Eden's Garden, which is also a new stamp set in the January to June mini catalog. So what I'm using first is a half sheet of Blushing Bride. So it's 5.5 by 8.5. And I see my sisters-in-law for my return. Oh, yes, Tammy, I remember you. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying retirement. So this card is 5.5 by 8.5. It is Blushing Bride, so it's a half sheet of cardstock, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So I'm just going to fold that in half. I'm going to use my bone folder and get a good crease there. Then I'm going to take a piece of crumb cake that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So what's going to happen is it's going to mat around that card base just like so. Okay. All right. So for the heat emboss, I'm going to use Versamark, which is it's like a clear ink pad, but yet it stays wet, so it gives you time to use your embossing powder. So I'm going to first take the flower stamp from the Blessings of Home stamp set, and I'm going to ink it up. And you can't really see anything on the stamp, but it's there. It looks wet. And I want to make sure I get enough on there. And then I'm going to stamp it like so. And then I'm going to press pretty hard. Make sure I get a good impression. Try not to rock it. And then can you kind of see it a little bit? See? And then I'm going to ink it again, the stamp. Alright, that's probably pretty loud in the mirror, in the camera. I'm sorry about that. And then I'm just going to stamp the image down here. And again, press pretty hard. Okay. And then I have a piece of Blushing Bride. It's 3 1/4 inch, and it's just a strip, a scrap strip. And I'm taking the Hello There from the Eden's Garden stamp set. And I'm just going to put it on there. There we go. And I'm going to cover up my Versamark so I don't put my hand in it. And then I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper that I have folded in half, so I have a crease. And then I also am going to take gold embossing powder, which Stampin' Up! Sells. They actually come in a pack of 3. There's 2 different sets. So I'm going to do the Hello There. And then you see how I got the stamp image, the border around it? I do not want that embossed, so I'm just going to lightly scrape that off. If you had a paintbrush, that would work great, but I do not have one real close by, so I'm just using my fingernail and scraping that off. And then I'm just going to flick it a little bit, get all the extra off, and there you go, you got Hello There. And then I'm going to do the flowers. And the reason I have the paper down, the scrap paper, is so that I can save it and put it back in the jar. So then I'm going to see, and then get some extra. Again, I've got some border of that stamp. I'm just going to get that off of there, off of there, off of there. All right. Then I'm going to take this powder and be very careful. And then pour it back in the jar. And then close that up because you don't want that dumping all over the place. All right, get extra off my work surface. Okay, so then the next thing you do is you're going to heat it. You're going to heat this embossing powder. It's going to bubble up and make a raised surface, and it's going to be shiny, and it's going to be gold. So we have a heat gun. Mine is not Stampin' Up. I've had this for years, but Stampin' Up does sell one, and it is a wonderful heat gun. So it's going to be kind of loud, so I'm going to try to go fast and show you. You want to heat the gun a little bit before you start blowing it on your image, and then you just hold it there until it heats, and then it will turn to an embossed raised image. Make sure you get all the edge. So let me turn that off for a minute. And then you can see, do you see how it's raised and it's shiny? And then I'm going to take the piece of crumb cake that we did the flowers on, and I'm going to do the same thing. Hold it in place for a minute until it heats, melts that powder. And it does get hot, so you might want to use tweezers or something to hold on to your work if it's a small piece of paper. And then we have this beautiful gold image on the crumb cake. Oh, my live is breaking up. Bad signal. I'm going to go out and try to start this again, okay? All right, I'm going to start it over, and we're going to do a take 2. Oh, now we're up. Now we're live. I don't know. If we start over again, or if it goes out again, I'll start over again on take 2. Okay, let's go back to this. So now, what we're going to do is called whitewashing. So I'm actually going to take my white ink pad, and again, mine's old, but it still works, and I'm going to take an acrylic block, and I'm going to simply ink up this acrylic block. Yeah, it seems weird, but that's what we're going to do. So then you have ink on it, okay? That's going to be your palette, so to speak, your paint palette. Then you're going to take one of your aqua painters. Oh. It's starting again. Okay, let's try this. Okay.